All right, here we are again. Old school law. I am Dantron, 69K, episode 25. And yeah, so I'm here. Thank you for hanging with us for a little bit. And I have a couple of my best friends here. I'm gonna first start off with my co-pilot, Wolfman.
What's up?
Then we got above me, problem solve with Eric.
Yo.
And then over to that direction, in the dessert position,
Nice.
Wales.
What it do? Key lime pie on tap.
What?
Oh, dude, you gotta be in the right mood for key lime. I mean, because sometimes, and then when you are
The
in the
right
mood,
time is all the time.
dude. The one time you have key lime and you're like, oh man, this is so good. After like the third bite, you're like, I'm done. That's it.
Nah,
Three.
dude.
That's
If you
all
get the
I got.
good one, man.
I could eat a whole key lime pie.
Oh,
Thank
dude.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
I like cream pie.
Speaking of cream pie, day after Valentine's Day, Wolfman,
Day,
what
yeah.
brings us together today?
Yeah, Wolf, what brings us here?
What's
I'll say
going
cream
on,
pie.
everybody?
You don't know.
I had
Yep.
no idea.
It's all good. So, Wolfman, are we here to discuss racing games?
Yes, we are.
We're talking about racing games today. We're talking, it doesn't matter what console, doesn't matter arcade, doesn't matter old school, retro, new school stuff. We're just talking our favorite racing games. We're going to go through a few. We're going to have a couple conversations, probably share some memories. But yeah, you got anything else to add there, Wolf?
Strap on those helmets.
I was worried when he said strap on.
I was there too.
Oh, man.
Oh,
All right.
we were not gonna pit. We were gonna keep on just going down that track.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right,
What
well,
else?
to start this
We're
one
ready
off
to roll.
hot and heavy, I'm going to start off with my first guest, Eric. Eric,
Yeah.
go ahead, start us off hot.
All right, I got to start off with a game I've already mentioned in the series before, but it's just freaking fantastic, and that's Rock and Roll Racing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute
Took
killer
mine.
game. Love it. And it's kind of like a spiritual successor to RC Pro-Am. But with fantastic classic rock and roll music, and it's dope. Super Nintendo, fucking awesome game. I said fucking, sorry.
Hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. So what I want to say though is it is on my list. It wasn't a game that was on even my radar. I mean, not recently. I've played it in the past, but I've been making a list again of these games. It's like, oh wait, I never owned these ones. It's time for me to start picking those ones up. It's on the list. I have looked for it a few times locally. It hasn't been anywhere locally, or at least not in a capacity that I want to buy it. There is one
Yes.
copy locally, and it's boxed CIB, and I was like, nah, I don't need that.
Probably want an obscene amount. for
Yeah, it was pretty
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah.
So, but great game though. I did play it on the old arcade, and I enjoy it a lot.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love the isometric view on it too. It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Heck
definitely a killer soundtrack to race around with. Lots of great tunes, and I was fortunate to get a loose copy of that for $32, I think, or something like that. So it was.
Nice.
I'm good with that, but an absolute great game. Very, very good. Good game to kick it off with, Eric.
Yeah, got them loose copies. Yeah,
That's
like,
right.
we
Hey,
like it loose. I heard it.
like it loose.
Speaking of speaking of liking it loose, go ahead, Wales. You're up.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna
Arby's.
start with Arby's. We got the meats.
No.
All right.
Let's see, which one do I want to roll with? I'm going to start with one that wasn't in arcades, but didn't start with Generation 1 PlayStation, and that's going to be the Need for Speed series. I
Ooh.
love
Oh yeah.
Need for
choice.
Speed. And trivia fun fact, the very, very first Need for Speed is not actually called Need for Speed. If you have an emulator or a machine or something like that, and you want to play it, it's not going to be under N for Need for Speed. It's going to be under Track and Rally, or it's Rally and Track, or
No,
Track
Road
and
and
Rally.
Track. Was it
Road and Track. There it is. Yeah, Road
Yeah.
and Track. Road and Track. Yep.
Yeah.
Need for Speed.
I remember that
And,
on PC. It was Road and Track PC. It was also on 3DO, and
Mhm.
also original PlayStation too, right?
But original PlayStation. That's where I got it from. And back then, and still my dream car, if I could ever own a dream car, it would be a Dodge Viper. Like I just fell in love with the Dodge Viper, just pure horsepower V10 engine,
Yep.
just looked fierce and everything. And that first Need for Speed game was the first game that the Dodge Viper was actually a part of that you could select and race. So it resonated with me in that aspect. But it's just a great series. Not my favorite one of the whole series is probably Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit.
I was gonna say Hot Pursuit. Yeah.
Hot Pursuit. I spent so much time playing Hot Pursuit, and then moving up to the Most Wanted stuff like that. So love the Need for Speed series. It's kind of tailed off a little past 2 installments. Not as good as its predecessors, but still a fun game.
Most games have done that recently. Like they're not getting necessarily better and all.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Favorite cheat in the first one was making your car horn the machine gun, because then you could just drive down the road, press up for the horn, and you'd hear the machine gun, and the box cars of the PlayStation 1 graphics would just fly off the screen.
Well,
so fun.
So did that one you said it was the first one with a playable Dodge Viper? Was that before Cruisin' USA on N64?
Yes, that one because it was Cruising World. That's it had the Dodge Viper, but it wasn't called the Dodge Viper. It was called the God, it was like the Snake or the Serpent, I think is what it was, because they couldn't call it Viper, because of trademark reasons.
The
but
Avoidance Serpent.
Yeah, but that was the second Cruising, and maybe that franchise gets brought up later today. I hope so, because that's on my list as well.
Nice. Wolfman, what you got?
So I'm gonna do tried and true Mario Kart.
Fucking Mario Kart? I've never heard of this game.
Yeah, boy.
I've never heard of this.
All right.
So let's see. I don't even know where to begin. So we'll start with.
Begins with this one.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Your shirt said
Okay.
93, baby.
Keep
Super
talking,
Mario
Wolf.
Kart.
Keep going.
That's right. Well, it may start there, but it ends with Mario Kart Double Dash for me. Oh, we're going in chronological order. All right.
Yeah. We got that one.
Yeah,
We got
64
that one.
was dope.
Where are we at?
Now you got to go to GameCube.
You know, Double Dash. Yep, there.
Yeah.
Double Dash.
Probably the best in the franchise.
Yeah, and that's where to me this is where it stops too. And then the other ones are good, but this is still peak. Go ahead, keep
I would
talking,
say
Wolf.
that one and the arcade one. I like both of them.
Well, then
Excuse
you
me.
got
Sorry.
what do you got? Like Mario Kart 8 or something? No,
7.
7.
Yeah. Wii was fun. I did
Right.
enjoy Wii just because I'm actually using the wheel and everything with the.
Yeah.
I don't have my Wii U one because I don't know where that game's at, but I do
Okay.
still have. I grabbed this one though too.
Yep,
Oh,
Yeah.
Mario
Yeah.
Kart 8 Deluxe.
So
the most current one, but yes.
Yes.
yeah. So go ahead, keep talking now, Wolfman. What makes
Well,
Mario Kart so special?
Many tracks.
What
So many tracks.
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, no, on the new one in particular, yeah, because they brought remember all
They
the old
remastered a whole
tracks
bunch of them.
and dude, if you have all the
So
DLC
many.
and you flip it over, there's like so many extra tracks in there. And look at, as long as it has Moo Moo Meadows, I'm good. Moo Moo Meadows is still my favorite track, and I think it's because the soundtrack itself just makes me laugh every time I'm racing around with freaking cows all over. I love it.
Yeah, which one is the red balloons that you got to pop?
You're talking about in battle mode?
That's battle mode.
64?
battle
Yeah,
mode.
64.
And
Yeah.
the original one had
Original
it too.
you did.
The
Yeah.
original was like the rotating balls.
Was it?
Yep.
Mm.
Well, I know this one has
Fight me.
balloons at least.
It's the original.
I believe you.
Okay.
Yeah, battle, and you had four different tracks to choose from in it.
Yeah.
Because we
Remember.
did that many times with Mario Kart. We would do the bracket system or teams of 2-on-2 and stuff, and now it's all sophisticated. There's cops and robbers and 8 or
Mhm.
something like that. And I mean, it's
It's
gone
like
up.
tag and stuff. And,
Yeah. But yeah, that was always a fun multiplayer four-person battle, or the team co-op if you could, or whatever. And then Double Dash, made it that much better. Each person could control a character, and then that made strategies, and you had to try to be strategic of who was pushing, who was driving, and whatnot. It's
And
Great
says
series.
he's in. Sorry.
The what?
What did you say? When is he going to end?
No, he said he's in.
Oh, Endgame. Yeah, well,
Yeah, and
he can jump in at any time. So if he jumps
I don't know
in,
what
hey,
he's doing it.
guess we might get another one popping in here. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we'll just keep rolling around.
I wasn't even talking
Let's
about
do it.
Yeah.
I hope someone
Popped
mentions
right
the
in
other
there.
game.
But so Wolfman, though, but
Yeah.
Mario. Thank you for bringing up Mario Kart. I knew this one was going to get brought up today. Hence the reason with the hat and the shirt.
I
And
didn't
all the
even see your
goodies.
shirt. Yeah.
So I have to tell you that I enjoy Mario Kart Double Dash more than all the rest as well. Like you said, it stops with that. I remember playing, and it is something special when you're playing actual 4-player, and you're playing 2 players on one cart versus 2 players on another cart. The one having to initiate drifting while the front one's driving, and it is such a fun dynamic. And another one that kind of does the same kind of feel, and I've only seen it twice in 2 types of games that I've ever played. It was the Hummer Extreme Edition with the 2-player cart when you were sitting in the arcade, where you would hit a wall or another cart, and the second person in there would get to control. That's the same kind of dynamic, having to switch back and forth for drivers. And but Mario Kart Double Dash is freaking dope. So I love that choice.
The double teamed Hummer is the way to go.
Yes.
Wait, what's this about a Palmer?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Family friendly show. Nope.
No, this episode gets an NR, no rating.
Yeah. All right, so I'm up now, unless Endgame's gonna come at some point, but that's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Wait, who said anything about Endgame?
He messaged. He said he's coming in.
Oh, he messaged. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm gonna do another classic, and it's weird that we've had a couple of Nintendo talks now. This is also a Nintendo game, and I am going to throw up the F-Zero series.
Yes.
Yes, you mentioned it.
Very good.
F-Zero.
Yep.
I think this version is freaking dope as heck too. F-Zero.
Yep.
I played that one.
N64.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a good
Me
one.
too.
so
Me
good.
too.
And then the one that I don't have, with
GameCube?
me at least, is the F-Zero GX.
Yeah.
That's the GameCube version, and that one is freaking amazing as well. It is super fast. It was a great the original F-Zero is the one I want to talk about for a second, because that was a big piece of, like, a showcase piece for the Super Nintendo when it first came out to the States, because it showed, like, it was totally different than what anything else was out there on the market. The way that the actual, like, screen, like, was able to rotate. What is that called again, Wolfman?
Mode 7?
Yes.
No, mode 7 was the depth.
Is it no?
Well, he said when the screen rotates.
That's mode 7. That's the mode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So parallax scrolling was different. That was the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so mode 7. Yeah, so they were able to use that mode 7 to rotate and follow your car and be able to move super fast. That was, it never felt slow, felt really fast, and it was very fluid. And that hadn't been experienced on any home console to this point. So
I got a fun fact about that game when you're done. Sorry.
Okay, and then another crazy thing about that game too is the music. Like, when you're playing, any time you think about the old school Super Nintendo version of F-Zero, you think about that music. The music hits you. Like right now, if you've played it before, you're hearing it play in your brain right now. So,
dude, Mute City.
Dude,
yeah,
you hear all of that stuff. So, anyways, I just want to take a couple of minutes to talk about F-Zero. Great choice of tracks overall. I loved how they changed and made it so, like on the newer stuff where it was doing your 360s and stuff, you're going upside down and everything. It's just it's amazing how they've changed, but yet kept the same feel. And so I really, really dig it. And anybody else got anything on F-Zero?
I got something.
All right.
So F-Zero came out prior to Mario Kart, but without F-Zero, we don't get Mario Kart because Mario Kart started out as F-Zero 2.
Oh.
They were trying to make a 2-player F-Zero, realized the SNES couldn't power 2 players at that speed.
Right.
Slowed it down, made it karts, and made Mario Kart.
Man.
Wow.
Oh man, so you got to go like this.
10 years old.
That's a nerd fact,
it goes
dude.
Super nerd fact. It goes from this. Oh.
There he is.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
What's
Yo,
up, Endgame?
Endgame?
Welcome to
Hey,
the
Endgame.
party. We're still recording.
Love the hat, Dantron.
Thank you. Yep, we're still going, buddy. Hey, so the games that you've missed so far. So what was it, Eric? What was yours again?
Rock and roll racing.
Yep.
And then Wales did Ridge Race. Was it Ridge Racer?
No,
No,
I did
no.
a Need for Speed.
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed.
Okay. And then Wolfman did the Mario Kart series. And then I just covered F-Zero.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one of the Mario Karts. Hold on.
Ooh, hey, popcorn bucket. I see it back there. Popcorn bucket.
Nice.
Right. My big takeaway from F-Zero is I haven't played it as much as I probably should have, but I've enjoyed the little bit that I did. I just playing it on a Super Nintendo, and at that age, like I felt it was futuristic. Like I felt like I was playing the future because it just was so advanced than what I was used to playing at home.
Right.
And just the speeds, like you said, the music, the sounds, it was just it felt so just ahead of its time. And it just blew my little mind with just how just crazy fast, and it was just very bright, very colorful game. And it still sticks to me this day. It's an absolutely great series. If you have not played any of them so far, please do yourself a favor, play some F-Zero. You will not be disappointed.
Agree. All right. Well, welcome
Hey,
to the
Wolf,
party.
can I go into depth on Mario Kart 8 for mine?
No one cares. We're done.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Talk to Mario Kart
Yeah,
8. Go ahead.
for it. Yeah, go for it.
No, go ahead. You're ready. You're
Well,
up.
go. Yeah, it's you.
Oh, are we live?
Yo, yes.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, I didn't know we were live. All right, well, let's dive right into Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason, has anyone here not played a Mario Kart?
Well, we already went through the whole
No, wait.
conversation for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So we covered all of
So
them.
you're
But
joining
go ahead.
late.
We want to hear your story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Mario Kart 8, the reason why I feel like it's a very special game to me is because it's an HD game that brought Nintendo games into the HD era. And I was kind of out of Nintendo at that point because of the Wii. So when I started playing, or when I went to a comic book convention and I saw Mario Kart 8 played there, those HD graphics just blew me away. So I just had to go buy a Wii U and the system itself.
Oh,
And
shit.
Dantron, we talked about this in some of your retro shorts, how games back then, you could actually play the game and be rewarded by unlocking everything.
Yeah.
So Mario Kart 8 was the last Mario Kart that really felt that way, where you played each of the cups and the courses. You unlocked a racer, you unlocked a customization for a kart. And I felt like that was such a tremendous thing. Whereas when it later came out on the Nintendo Switch, everything was already unlocked, which is explainable because a lot of people missed out on the Wii U. But some people like me and some of you guys maybe played it on the Wii U. So then on the Switch, you didn't want to have to unlock everything again. One other thing I really enjoyed about Mario Kart 8 specifically is that it had DLC courses. And I felt like it was a really clever DLC because it added like Link from Zelda. It added some F-Zero courses. If Wales was talking about F-Zero there. Animal Crossing, and even Excite Bike. You know, it added some other Nintendo properties into it, which I thought was really cool. And the DLC was very reasonably priced as well. I think it was like $5, $6, $7 for each of the packs. So you could get them both in a bundle for like $12. And you got 4 additional cups, 16 courses, and additional racers.
Yeah, dude.
And then the last thing I'll talk about is for the what?
That's like a pair of pants in Fortnite now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the one nice thing about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for Switch is since all of that stuff came bundled with it already, they added this booster course pass, which added 48 additional courses that they released over the course of a year. And you could get those for free if you signed up for the online rewards program, or you could pay $25, which to me, that's very fair. I think you even got like 7 characters to unlock as well. And you basically doubled your impact of the game.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about Mario Kart 8?
That was great, man.
It's fantastic.
Amazing.
I have it. I just didn't bring it out. I had all the other versions out. But this is the drawback though of frickin' Switch games. I hate this.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
books, no nothing. It's just like
Yep. Bare
flaccid
naked.
floppiness. Like
Yeah.
The Wii U did have a book. However, it was one of those
Yeah.
4-pagers.
But then check this one out. Check this one out. Look at the size of this freaking book.
Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah,
Yeah. This book. Hang on. Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yep.
like a straight up book.
Yep.
Mhm.
Man, let's
That's
not
what
go,
you
let's
read
not go
on the
down this
pooper.
rabbit hole.
It's
on
like a pamphlet for a vacation.
physical copies of stuff is gonna make me all depressed.
You read it.
Oh, I always love those manuals.
Man,
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I should have showed when I did Need for Speed. I've got Most Wanted over there for PlayStation 3. I should have brought it up. Oh
That's
well,
all right.
that's okay.
It's all
Yeah.
good. Next time.
Yep.
Hey,
Wales, by the way, I love your backdrop there. Your arcade looks nice.
It's finally got everything back together. It's been kind of in ruins since Christmas. Wife kind of took it over and having to get the new V pin in and switch things out, whatever. So it's finally getting back to my Zen area. So I appreciate it.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and we're talking about you. We're not talking about the stuff in the background.
Oh, I know you are.
All right, Eric, you're back up, buddy.
All right, so I got to bring this up. I feel like I don't give enough love to this system. It did have its gems, and I think this is one of them, and that is Road Rash 3 for Sega.
Okay.
Sega, yeah.
Dude, I absolutely loved the Road Rash series, but 3 was so good. Feel like it was the best in the Road Rash series, honestly.
Dude, I
Road
almost
Rash 3.
grabbed, because I grabbed a bunch of racing games. I almost grabbed my Road Rash 3D for PlayStation from upstairs.
Nice.
No. Gosh.
Yeah.
Road Rash, dude. I
Being
know.
able to upgrade your bike, being able to hit people with chains and stuff.
And the clubs just driving
Yeah.
by. So
Kicking
good.
them,
Yeah.
kicking
Yeah.
people. Dude, so
The
good.
game was awesome. I love the Road Rash.
Wasn't it out for like 3DO and some other?
There is a
systems?
Road Rash for 3DO.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's actually not a bad game.
Right. No, it's probably one of the better ones for the system.
It's not like
Yeah.
Carmageddon on N64.
Oh, damn. You mentioned
Yeah.
Carmageddon.
Sorry, again. I
Wow.
choose violence.
Or
Yeah.
Superman.
Oh god,
Super.
Pac-Man.
No, no.
That game was.
Positive
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Wales, you're back up.
Back up. Okay. And I went and looked, and I don't have this, and it's kind of discouraging because I enjoyed playing it very much. But I'll go with another racing franchise for mine, and that's the Ridge Racer franchise. I loved Ridge Racer for PlayStation 1. I remember the demo disc,
I got this
getting
one.
that from. Yes,
Oh,
had that for
PSP. Yep.
Yeah.
I got
I
to the
love
second to
PSP.
last level and I could not freaking beat it. It pissed me off so much, but it's such a great game. The second one, they even had a sequel on PSP. Equally good, great game. My favorite of the bunch, though, is the second for PlayStation because Ridge Racer was the first one, obviously. Ridge Racer Revolution for PlayStation
Ooh.
1. That was
Ooh.
my favorite.
Yep.
That one, I beating all the tracks forwards and then mirror matches with it, and then you got to go and try and unlock the 3 hidden cars. You had to beat them one-on-one in time trials. It was 13th Racing. Kid was the first one, and then you had to beat 13th Racing, which in my opinion was the best car, but the overall best car in the game was White Angel, and White Angel was extremely difficult to beat, but I did actually pull it off and get all the cars, and it's a fun game. Just you always starting all the Ridge Racer games, you'd always start playing the Galaga little level at the beginning and stuff, and if you could actually perfect that one stage and unlock the Micro Machine versions of the cars, and you could race those as opposed to the full body ones. But love the Ridge Racer series. I had for PlayStation 3 Ridge Racer on it, and I cannot seem to find it right now, but that one equally fun game. So I don't know if any of you are fans of Ridge Racer or the series, but
For
Oh,
sure.
it's a good game.
For sure. So you know what? Again, we were talking about this. Is back in the day where you were rewarded for actually completing something. Like,
Yep.
like when you for instance, I just saw this on a picture and was like, that's absolutely perfect. With the a picture of from like Halo 2, you had awesome armor. It was because you knew that you had done something and unlocked that awesome armor set. Or was it? I think it was actually no. It was Reach. It was Halo Reach. You got to it wasn't you couldn't purchase this good armor. You had to actually achieve something to get the armor. That was like the end of that that whole series.
That's a
So,
shame.
man, it is a shame.
Yeah.
Freaking super lame.
yeah. So I mean, you could go and you could race. When you would do 2-player. They would do 2-player split screen and stuff on couches. I mean, if you were good and you ever unlock that car and somebody would see you pull out 13th Racing or White Angel, they're just like, oh shit. Like they knew they were beat because it's like you had to bust your ass to get those cars, and if you did it, you earned it, and you got to have the spoils that came with it. So I agree. That older game, you got rewarded for your hard work and
developers.
efforts.
Take note.
Right.
Unlocks in the game, add cosmetics. That's it.
Yes, that's it. That's all you gotta do.
Add cosmetics. That's all. Simple. It'll get people to come back and play your game more and more to unlock stuff. Like, I know that's not the business model, but help a brother out.
Replay value.
That's right.
Agreed.
Anyways, and it's gonna be weird, but Endgame, I'm gonna have you go again because I want it to be just our guests, and then Wolfman and I'll go. This will be your second one, then then Wolfman will get his second, then I'll get my second.
So another franchise that's really synonymous with racing games, especially the arcade racing, is the Cruisin' series. And the game that I'm going to talk about is Cruisin' Blast. I think it has a really fun arcade cabinet to rock out to with the LEDs and everything like that, the loud Cruisin' song singing and everything. But then so there's 5 different courses for that. But then another port that they did was to the Switch. Yep. And while the Switch graphics aren't as good, of course, as the arcade graphics, one nice thing, though, is that we talked about adding extra modes. Wales, you're a big Tekken guy. Back in the day, Tekken was awesome in the arcades. When you brought it home, you got these extra modes to play. So you felt like, it's not quite as good as the arcade, but I have these things that the arcade doesn't have. And Cruisin' Blast for the Switch added like 25 new tracks in a world tour mode.
Mm-hmm.
And again, to your point, Dantron, in each of the levels, there were 3 hidden keys throughout the course. Mm-hmm. So not only are you trying to get first place in all 4 cups or races for the cup and advance to the next cup to unlock that, but it gives you replayability to go back and find those keys that you missed. And then once you get those keys, you can unlock additional vehicles to ride. And Wales, as you know, they're not all cars or trucks. There's dinosaurs, there's UFOs, there's hovercrafts, monster trucks,
dinosaurs, monster trucks.
Yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff. So it's a really fun game too. And Dantron, I know you enjoy those split screen co-op games. 4-player split screen co-op, nothing better than playing a racing game that way.
Perfect.
Wales, what do you think about it?
Oh, well, like I said, I own the game. Got everything done. I took on it first. That way my kids could just have full reign of it and everything. It took me maybe, I don't know, less than a week, I think, to do all of it, unlock every car, get first place every track. So, I mean, it's not difficult. It can be done. But like you said, it's a lot of fun. The replay value was there, getting everything maxed on the different vehicles. I know my youngest, he's into police cars, so having the police Lamborghini and stuff was a big deal for him.
Yep.
And my son with the tank, he loves tanks and everything, so getting the tank for him and everything. And for me, the monster truck, because I'm half redneck and whatnot. But it's a fun game, and the arcade game is better and stuff, especially some of the older ones. My favorite of the bunch is probably going to be either Cruisin' World or Cruisin' Exotica.
Mm-hmm.
The game, I love the cabinet. Lastly, that theme song, as soon as you say Blast, you can't help but hear the chick just screaming in your ear. But great game, great franchise and stuff. Absolutely love it.
And another thing with there's different levels for the unlockable difficulties as well, which in some games you don't care about playing the harder difficulties. But my nephew, every time he comes over and visits, we started on easy. We beat all the easy stuff. Okay, we unlocked a few different cars. Well, we don't like that car, right? Well, let's try normal now. Oh, well, we have our favorite cars maxed out. Okay, let's try one of those vehicles that we don't like. Oh, this car is actually better than what we thought. And it gives us more to do because now we're playing a harder difficulty. Well, now that we have some of our good cars maxed out, now we can attempt hard. Whereas if we tried hard right away, no chance of us beating it. So those sorts of difficulties and progression is nice in the game as well.
Wolfman.
That's a great pick, Endgame.
Thanks.
You know what? I'm ready for a great pick from you, my friend.
Well, I think this is one we're all going to agree on here.
No, no-brainer. Hate it.
You would hate it, Eric. It's Split Second.
Oh,
Which is
yeah, buddy.
I never actually played that game.
Wonderful
Oh.
battle racer.
Really?
Great graphics. There it is. Dantron's holding it up. It was also out for PS3 and PSP.
That was on PSP too.
Yes,
I
I
was
did not
playing
know
it
that.
today.
I
I'm
wish
gonna have
I
to hunt
did.
that one
I would have
down.
bought it.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to hunt that
Right.
one.
I
I
didn't
don't.
know
I
that
didn't
as
know
a
it came out for
PSP.
PSP. I'm gonna have to hunt that one down.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
playing it today, and
I
it's
wish I had it.
it's a ball. Has everybody played it in this?
I haven't
platform
played
here?
it. I didn't even know about it till
Oh,
right now.
Eric, yes, you can.
Oh
you
my
can get,
God,
if-
Eric, it's a must get.
You've,
Or you could play it on your Megacade,
you've
I'm
never
sure.
played Split Second?
Yeah. I've never played
Eric.
Split Second.
Oh,
Oh, dude,
Yeah, you're missing out, man.
woo!
Yeah.
Are
go
you ever?
right now.
You go spend $20 on Steam.
It's
and
You
so
have a
good.
split second to do
Dude,
it.
it's so good. Oh my gosh, Split Second. So many times we freaking laughed playing that game.
Oh my God.
By the way, sorry if I'm coughing. I apologize. I'm just getting over the plague, so I'm trying to keep it away. But
Mr. The
but
Plague.
so
It's the season.
believe it or not, so Split Second was the one that brought us kind of all together as far as online gameplay. So I'm big into online gameplay. I was like Xbox Live Beta. I've been playing. I have friends all over the world. I've played online games for long time.
Expand.
Oh, dude, all old school. So, but I was like, hey, I was like, we got these Megacades and we have Steam. Why don't we try and play a game together? And I was trying to find a game that I enjoy a lot and I knew was really easy to get into, and it was unlike anything that anybody else has really played. And I convinced some of these yahoos. This game was 10 years old at that point. To pay $20 still, freaking Disney, to get Split Second. And I was like, you guys, I know you know me a little bit now. I'm not going to steer you wrong. Just get Split Second. We'll have a great time playing it. You had to jump through some hoops, VPN work, and all that kind of stuff. But playing that game, we've had so many freaking hours of laughter.
Yes.
Like, if you went to my channel, Eric, and you watch some of the streams where Scan is on there and we're just, like, trying to raise. And it's
Dude, I gotta check that out.
It's
Or
so-
Adam using his wheel and pedal. You just whip, whip,
Yeah, you can hear Adam because he's on his
Just-
they do whip whip whip.
Yeah, it's so
Because
funny.
it's 8 players. It's like it has a Mario Kart feel, except for rather than throwing actual weapons at each other, you're actually triggering different traps on the course, triggering course changes,
Nice.
triggering explosions. Cars are flipping.
It's environmental traps.
Oh, dude,
Yes.
it's so good. It's such a great game. Perfect opportunity to bring that one up, Wolfman. Oh, it's
Thanks.
fantastic.
Yeah, and like Dan trying to said numerous times stuff. Another game where as you progress through the single player level, you unlock different cars, better cars, and everything. Once you actually complete all the campaigns and you unlock all the cars, you get the better ones. And then we've raced. We've either done just level 1 cars, we've done just rip it all out, pick what you want, this kind of stuff, and it's never a dull moment. And the best part about it is because of what all happens and stuff, it's never the same race. You can pick the same track and do it back-to-back times and something different happens, even though you're playing the same level with the same people. It's so much fun. And yes, Larson, I was very introvert. I did not do online gaming because I just thought everything was toxic and there was no way I was going to enjoy it. And then meeting this amazing group of guys and then getting out of my comfort zone, I'm so glad I did. It's such a fun game.
It is amazing. It is an amazing experience to play with your friends. And the whole thing is too, it's one of those, it's like Mario Kart to a certain extent too, because you can be in front and not stay there. It is very easy for you to go from first to 7th. Like that.
Oh yeah,
so really,
Split second.
really easy.
it's happened to me many times.
In a split second, exactly. So yeah.
Wolf got triggered.
Awesome.
Yeah, right.
Hey, if I told you guys to slow down, would you? Oh my gosh, so good.
He's blowing up the gorge.
Yeah.
I'm just mad I didn't know about that game sooner, and I would have had that on PSP or PlayStation 3 and would have just loved the hell out of it. But
Yeah.
Oh well. And then sad fact is they were making a sequel because they left the campaign open. When you beat the game, they totally left it open, and we're in the midst of making it. Is like what 25% done, I
No,
think, or
they
something
were,
Yeah.
they
like
were
that.
they were almost complete with
Was-
it. They were.
Was
they
it
were,
almost?
It
Yeah,
was
I
only
saw
20.
the
I think it
art.
was only 25% left that wasn't completed.
Okay, that's what it was
So
then.
that's
But
why
I
you
mean,
can
like, I
find-
saw the art and everything, and Disney was like, "Yeah, no."
They
He's
have
like,
a
Really?
they have a
Oh,
build.
Yeah.
dude.
They have a build of it actually that's been put together. You can find it online. You can play
I
it.
mean,
There's
no.
a build of it and a couple of builds actually.
missed opportunities.
But yeah, well, it's Disney, right? They closed down Black
Right.
Rock Studios, and they're just like,
Mhm.
all right, I'll just keep selling it for $20 and not doing anything with it right now, and just leave it as is. But good choice. All
Awesome
right.
job, Wolf.
So I'm gonna throw this one up there because I think the artwork is dope. But this isn't actually my choice of a game. I'm just gonna throw it up there because I think Wolfman's gonna get a kick out of it. It is factory
Oh.
sealed still, and
Oh,
this
geez.
might help you out. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in so you can kind of see what it is. Is there a
Let's say Burger King.
Is that the King Racing
Burger
game?
King?
Dude, it's
Oh,
the
the
King
Xbox.
Racing. Oh, shit.
Pocket Bike
Pocket Bike Racer.
Yeah.
Burger King Race. The only thing better was Sneak King.
I have that one, but that one wasn't a racing game. But so
I know.
this one I noticed there, and I was like, I gotta at least show this one. I can't tell you if it's good or not. It's probably not good, but
No.
I just had to.
I mean,
show
hey, it would be
it.
better
Just-
than
I
M&M
knew
Racing, right?
Wolfman would appreciate it, so I threw that one up.
That's really funny.
Is that the inspiration for this whole thing, Dantron?
Oh man, yeah.
Just so you could talk about
Just
that
so I can
game.
Talk about pocket bike
Perhaps.
racers. So I'm gonna actually go with this next series here. I'm gonna start from the beginning and I'm gonna work it up. I got basically 3 on this series. This one is old school. This is probably one of my best racing experiences on the OG Xbox. Excuse me, on the OG Xbox, and I played the heck out of this game and its counterpart and the third in on Xbox 360. But it is Project Gotham Racing.
Project Gotham.
Heard about it.
Project
Heard about
Gotham Racing. It is
Yep.
freaking fantastic. If you get a chance to play this game, the actual like graphics on this were insane with the TVR, like the different types of cars that they had too. It was so good. This is the one that I played the most. Was a PGR2. Excuse me again. Project Gotham Racing 2 was the actual the one that I put the most time in, and that was because I played this online most.
Is that an Enzo on the cover?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yep, and then the Xbox 360 PGR3.
Nice.
But
Very nice.
Anybody else play any of these games?
I haven't
Hey.
played it.
I
Yeah,
play.
I didn't have an Xbox growing up. I chose PlayStation, but I heard nothing but great things about the game. So
Man, sorry guys. And Jamie, seriously, no PGR. You liked Xbox 360?
I did. Honestly, I'm not a huge racing guy. Mario Kart's more my jam for like racing, combat racers, that sort of thing. So I don't play a lot of the racing games. But now that I have an actual steering wheel and pedals, I'm getting more into the racing scene. And
Nice.
Dantron, with that cough, is that the G virus or the T virus?
It's the RSV virus.
Oh, shit.
Those are all exclusive Xbox, right? All those Project Gotham.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dang it. Yes.
Damn.
So
No.
I would say try it though because it is not a sim. It's not a simulation. It's an arcadey game.
Yep.
But yet the graphics look very realistic. You will. I'm telling you, try it out. I know you have the ability to play it endgame.
Yep,
Try
I
it.
will.
You will enjoy it. You're gonna be like, dude, why did I know about these games? I'm telling you right now, Project Gotham series is awesome.
And when it comes to racers, I do like the arcadey. So if it's an arcade more than sim, that's right down my alley.
Yep, that's why you'll like it because it is like that, and it's gonna be really, really good looking arcadey game. So
Nice.
Yeah, graphics are great.
Nice.
That's why we do these laws to find games that we missed out on that others have played. Love it.
heck yeah! All right, Eric, you're back up, buddy. We're gonna do.
All
Want
right.
to take Wolfman this last round, or do you want to do a couple
I
more?
don't know. I mean,
You having fun?
I'm having a ball. I don't know
All right.
about it. I can't speak for anybody else. I
He's
can
only said
speak for
5
me.
words.
And I'm having a
All right.
big time.
I'm gonna say let's go for another two rounds. So Eric,
All right.
what do you got?
I gotta bring up. All right, since this is one of my last two, I gotta bring up a super obscure title. But I had so much fun with this game. The game is called Uniracers
For SNES.
for SNES, and you friggin' race a unicycle.
Awesome.
No one riding it, just a unicycle. You can split screen it. It's a super fun game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who thought up the idea. Like, yeah, let's just race some unicycles. But man, it's a fun game, and you know, playing it couch co-op or split screen is dope. So it's a good game.
Great
Hidden
pick.
gem.
Definitely.
Yeah, I never played that.
Cycles. Nope.
Oh, it's awesome. Oh, Dantron, that's a must to play after the episode. You would love it.
All right, Uniracers. I got it. I might have to add it to my list.
Yeah.
On SNES, right? You said
SNES.
SNES?
Yep.
Okay.
SNES.
Nice.
Right. Never heard of it, but yeah, I'm willing to give anything a try.
Nice.
Except for
All right.
Zelda.
Yeah. Yeah, except for Zelda. Except for Zelda. I'm not gonna get it.
Nope, I did that too. It was
That's
fun.
true, you
I
did give
played
it a
and
shot.
It was just like Jesus
You put
fucking
it in to
Christ.
see how it
Okay,
felt.
I'm not.
Hey!
It's not.
Yeah. Put it. Yeah, exactly. Put it in to see how it felt. Heard. Hey.
Yeah.
No, that's another.
Hey, listen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you ever play a game in this? Is he just reading text boxes the whole thing?
Hey, Wales, you're up.
I know I'm up. All right, so I'm gonna go with another franchise that has had multiple entries, and that's going to be the Burnout series.
Oh, yeah.
Burnout
That's
series.
a good
and
one.
My favorite is the Burnout Paradise one for PlayStation 3.
Yeah, that's a great. One.
I still play it to this day. My kids play it; they love it. I loved all the, and again, more things. You move up, and you can once you wreck, boss cars or whatever, you earn them, and then you can take them to salvage yards and fix up and everything. My personal favorite is the knockoff Hollywood cars. You had I forgot what it was like it was just called the 88. It was the DeLorean, but you can't call it the DeLorean in Back to the Future. It's called 88, and then they all had special abilities. So if you press the R3 button on it, it would shift into the hover mode and race. They had the General Lee, but it was white and it had a Mexican flag, not the Confederate flag on it. They had the Manhattan.
Similarly.
Yeah, similarly, right? Yeah, same thing with the Ectomobile, like on my V pen. Only it wasn't the Ectomobile; it's called the Manhattan Spirit.
Clever.
And my personal figure, there's a 4-car Hollywood bunch. Those are 3. The 4th one is my personal favorite, and the one that I would always go out and just absolutely own the game with was the Nighthawk, which was the ripoff of Knight Rider and Kit.
Yeah, that's
and it was awesome. It did even the whooshing sounds when you went into overdrive and NOS. It would transform into super pursuit mode and everything. It was a ton of fun. It had police cars in it, had bikes you can get and everything. It was just a good smash game. You had road rage mode, you had races, you had cross country events to do. The city was very interactive. You could drive through the baseball stadium and everything on the field, use shortcuts to your advantage. But lots of great games in that franchise. But Burnout Paradise is my favorite. I think it got a remaster on the Switch, I think is the latest one and stuff. So that would be something to pick up if you're interested.
The dang Guns N' Roses, baby.
Oh, yes.
Wales,
Song you hear every time you
what was the Burnout on PS2 3? Was it Burnout 3 Revenge?
Yes.
Yes.
Burnout 3 Revenge.
That one was my favorite. I never played Paradise as much as you, but Revenge was more arcadey. You had the crash mode where you smash into the cars and cause damage.
Yeah, they did it in Paradise too. Yeah, I think it was chaos mode is what they called it. You just hit button, your car would just flip, and as long as it hit another car or whatever, it would just cause more wreck. You're trying to get the highest dollar total damage and combos and everything. Yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah, because like we talked in Grand Theft Auto, where your buddies, we'd pass the controller, see who caused the most damage. We did that with the Burnout 3, see who could cause the most damage, and then, all right, I can beat you. Let's see. And then you try different paths to hit different things first. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely a fun game. Anybody else?
Great series, man.
Yep.
Great series.
I hated the motorcycle. because dude,
Oh yeah.
I did not like the motorcycle. It was just super hard to ride, and you touch something and you're freaking wrecking, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah, no, you never used it, but it's still it was cool looking in the game. Yeah, did you ever play it? Hell no, no, you never. You do the police car like the Charger or the truck or the police van like the forensics van. That thing was a tank.
Yep.
It was so good.
All right, Jamie.
Have you guys talked about the Crash Team Racing games?
Nope.
No,
No, but
Have any of you played any of those?
no.
I haven't.
I have not.
So Crash Bandicoot, kind of like the Diddy Kong had his own racer.
Those games. Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot. Yep. So the newest version that's been on PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Switch is Crash Team Racing, and it's a remaster of like the PlayStation 1 version. But then they also added a bunch of the other Crash racing games into it, so they have all the racers, all the karts, all the courses. So it's almost like a greatest hits collection. But the thing that I really liked about that game was it had a adventure mode that, so unlike in most racing games, like Mario Kart type racing, you just have the cups that you do. This actually gave you a free world where you roamed around in your cart, driving around different areas, and then you go into the courses at that point, or the cups at that point.
Oh, like
so it added a little extra something to do. You could find secrets. There were hidden areas to find in the adventure mode. And then, of course, you did your normal cups where you raced against the computer and all that sort of stuff. And then it also had a different slide mechanic that was a little more advanced than Mario Kart, where you had to take your foot off the one slide and then put it on the other slide, as opposed to just holding on the button. And that's hit or miss. Some people really liked the added difficulty. Some felt it was a little bit too hard. But I felt that was a notable series that started in the PlayStation 1 era and recently had a collection version, basically.
Yeah, that's what you meant by like Diddy Kong Racing, because Diddy Kong Racing was one of the first that did that well.
Yep.
Where you had like an open world where you got to drive to the different courses. Very cool.
That's it.
All right, Wolfman.
So just like me, the next game for me is an underrated gem called Blur.
Oh, yeah.
And it's oh my goodness, it's so good.
I don't know.
PS3, Xbox 360, 2010-ish. Great graphics. It reminds me of like Mario Kart. Same kind of premise, except the graphics are great. Actually, I don't know if Dantron knew this. What's the game I just picked?
Blur.
It was a blur.
Blur was the spiritual successor, or supposed to be the spiritual successor to Gotham Racing.
Oh, yeah.
The series you just picked. Yeah. And then they changed it up. There's like 5 weapons you could pick up. There's a defensive shield. There's like a wrench where you can repair your car. And you're racing and you get these power-ups and you're blasting people off the road. And it's got multiplayer. And it is damn fun, man. And it's underrated.
I think I'm the only one that caught that.
I didn't hear him.
And was it Xbox 360, Wolf?
Yeah,
Yes.
Xbox 360 and PS3.
PS3? Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing it. Never really played it, but definitely going to check it out now.
Damn Skippy.
Faux show. All right, now this is going to be another tried and true. Everybody's played this game. If you played any Nintendo stuff at this series, it starts off with the original N64 version. Wave Race.
Oh
yeah.
Race. Yeah.
Awesome.
Such a good game.
Then I think the better version is the GameCube
Never
version,
played it.
Wave
It
Race
is the
Blue
better
Storm.
version. Yep.
This game is freaking awesome. If you guys
Always
get a
take
chance
the
to play
check.
this one, if you haven't seen my short on
Yeah,
it or
it's really
whatever,
good.
where I played it a little bit, it's so good. The graphics are great. You still get 4-player split screen couch co-op. It's just this. So the first one, same thing, 4-player. You can still do that, but this does everything that the first one did, but better with better courses. Not all the time you can say that the second one is better than the first one. This one is way better than the first one, and the first one was already great. So if you haven't had a chance to try this one, check it out, man.
Didn't even know they made a sequel, so absolutely I'll try that
It's so
out.
good, and it's gonna.
It's amazing,
It's gonna
Wales.
look
Oh,
beautiful
the
on your
GameCube version.
Yep.
Because I mean, I loved
Super
Wave
good.
Racer. I thought I was hot shit when I was doing the most stunt combos, and then I was just wiggling the joystick and pressing buttons because it just came out, and I was setting records, and someone beat me, and then I beat it up, and then somebody like absolutely shattered it with like the headstands and the actual button presses to do headstands and whatever on the jet skis. So I was like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was awesome.
Did you play that game, Endgame?
I haven't played it, but I love the GameCube, and any game that's recommended by you guys to play on the GameCube, I'll go out of my way to play because that's such an underrated system.
Yes.
So many hidden gems on there that people missed out on. And I mean, I played all the heavy hitters, but like this type of a game, definitely going to check it out.
So
Yeah,
that's
it's
the thing
awesome.
that I've been noticing. I've been more into my older retro systems as of late, and I will tell you, there's 3 systems specifically that I think are slept on a lot. There's so many great games that the systems didn't get enough love. GameCube is one in particular, Dreamcast
Neo Geo.
and Neo Geo.
Yeah.
The more that I
Yep.
play these ones, the more that I realize how freaking special those systems are. And the great thing
Yeah.
about it is GameCube and Dreamcast are actually going to be more cost effective. They're not super expensive. Some of the games can be ridiculous, don't get me wrong. But they sadly right now, you know, everything goes in cycle, and the cycle of retro game collecting's starting to skyrocket again, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like you'll look at, you know, a game that was $40, you know, 2 months ago is now $75, and it's like, what? Anyways, but GameCube, Dreamcast, and Neo Geo, there's so many hidden gems on there that just people didn't know about them, didn't play them. I mean, and so if you get a chance, check it out.
Well, nobody could afford the Neo Geo back in the day.
All right.
Dude,
I
I'm
can't
in
afford it
love with the
now.
Neo Geo, man. Neo
Scrooge
Geo is so
McDuck.
dope.
Dude, the more, yeah. So I know, and it's worse for me now that I got my Neo Geo like quality of life upgrades on it because the graphics are so crisp and clean on it.
Yep.
And it's an experience that you can't replicate anywhere else. It's not the same. And
Dude,
so,
it was like the animations looked like 120 hertz.
dude,
Like
it's so good.
when that first came out, it's so good.
Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, it's still it's cost prohibitive even today. But anyways, sorry, sidetracked. But now we're back to Eric. Wasn't it you? You're up, I think.
Yeah. So this is my last game. Everyone's heard of this game. You know, it's hit or miss. Some people like it, some people love it. I absolutely love it. I think the graphics are really charming for me. I didn't really care about the performance problems, and I thought it was a little bit ahead of its time. But Stunt Race FX,
Oh, yes.
I absolutely love that game. I loved the FX chip graphics. I loved how difficult it was to unlock the motorcycle, but I was so pumped as a little kid as soon as I got that. It was just like I played that game, and when I was a kid, like if I did everything right for a week or whatever, my mom would say, "Oh, you could rent a game or something like that." And I remember it was Friday. I did everything good. She was like, "Oh, do you want to go rent a game?" And I was like, "Mom, I just unlocked the motorcycle. I don't want to rent a game. I just want to play the motorcycle," and just loved that game.
I'm also a fan of Stunt Race FX. But I know there's someone on here that is not a fan of Stunt Race FX. But I enjoy the stunt mode more than I enjoyed the racing. The stunt mode was the mode to play in. But good choice, dude. Anybody else?
I have not played this series, so I can't speak to Stunt Race.
Was that on Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
FX chip.
I rented it, played it. Like I said, I wasn't super into games outside of Mario Kart for racers at that time.
That's what I should do. I should show the difference between an FX chip circuit board versus a normal Super Nintendo.
That'd
Wait,
be
didn't
cool.
you do that? You did that in a short.
No, I just showed a regular like.
I think you just
Super
showed it.
Nintendo
Yeah,
and
you did it side by side.
No, you did.
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
think
took
I
it
did.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Like I said, yeah, you physically
big
had and you
separate chip.
showed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super expensive for Nintendo to produce those ones because they actually had to have a separate like actual chip in the cartridge. Crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, 3D rendering on a 16-bit system.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was like a mini. They had like a mini console upgrade in every cartridge.
Yep.
Crazy.
That's why they cost so much.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, Wales.
All right, so I mean, I got another option for land. I've got an option for sea, but I'm going to leave those for possibly a next episode in case we do them because there's so many good racing franchises. I'm going to throw it back though, however, to the NES days, and probably one of the first racers I played growing up. It's been on different consoles and is very, very awesome in my opinion. I'm sure everybody's played it, and that's the Excite Bike series.
Yes.
Love Excite Bike. I'm not a big motorcycle person personally, but that first Excite Bike, playing it on a Play Choice 10 in the arcades to NES, the N64 version was actually really pretty decent for it. But I've always loved the Excite Bike series. Hard, very, very difficult. Until I was a little bit older, I found I pressing the button, you run back to your bike quicker and stuff like that. But my favorite part of the thing, me and my friends would just go with the most ridiculous things, was the course designer. You could design your own course,
Yeah.
which was the first of its kind at the time. And also learning how to go land on your down ramps to try and wheel up so you can get through things. And it's just it's a real fun series, very arcadey, of course, not very sim-like, but Excite Bike holds a decent place in my heart. So, what are y'all's thoughts on Excite Bike?
It had a really good learning curve, right? Like
Yeah.
you could learn, like you said, like it wasn't. You could learn that angle. There was a skill tree. You could basically skill yourself better at that game. I always remember when I hear Excite Bike, the first thing I think of is the little dude running like back to his bike.
Yeah.
I just thought the noise. If you wrecked and you were going downhill, you had to like wreck all the
all
way
the way
down the
down,
hill,
like,
and then go
yeah,
off to the side, and then you had to run back to
all
your
the way
bike.
back.
Yeah.
God, it's miserable. But
Yeah.
good choice.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Like I said earlier, they even added Excite Bike Track in Mario Kart. You know that
Right.
not very many franchises got put into Mario Kart, and Excite Bike was one of them. So it definitely has its audience.
Wasn't there an Excite Bike for N64?
Yeah,
There was.
Excite Bike 64.
Excite Bike 64.
Yeah, fun game. Better
Yeah.
graphics, obviously. More intuitive tracks. You're inside arenas and stuff like that, but it's still very, very fun to me. I enjoyed it. Maybe not as much as the original, but still, it's worth the play if you have a chance.
There was an Excite Bike arcade, wasn't there?
Play choice.
There was Play Choice 10. It was the
No, there was
the-
like, I think there was a 3D one, right? Where you actually were on like a mock dirt bike.
That I know what you're talking about, Eric. I don't think that was Excite Bike.
It
though.
wasn't Excite Bike. That was
Yeah.
It's like a Mickey
I think I know what you're
Thompson,
talking about.
not Mickey Thompson. It was like a Jeremy McGrath, something like
Jeremy
that.
Graff. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know.
That arcade game was great because every time you moved,
The whole.
it was
yeah,
like a
all
real
ones, yeah,
kind of
whether you-
motorcycle. You just kind of
just
felt
have
all- felt
bikes or
great.
anything, you had to like lean into it, everything, and
Yeah.
then use your throttle and brake and whatever. Yeah. Rumble function.
All right, Endgame, you're up.
Well, I'm going to talk about another arcade racer by Raw Thrills, like a newer one that I thought was pretty fun, and that's the Batman one. Have any of you guys played the Batman Raw Thrills
Yes.
arcade game?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was pretty
That's
cool.
not the
Because,
one
what?
on Techno Parrot, right?
Yeah, there's a obviously. What, Wales?
I was just saying, I was like, it's a good racer game and stuff. But I mean, I like the fact that you get to pick your Batmobile and everything.
Yeah.
with it.
Well, and they have all the classics, from the old the
60 show.
60s
Yeah,
show
Adam
and the animated series and
Mhm.
all the different movie eras and everything. I thought that was really cool. And they actually did a cool job with some of the missions, where some of the missions you're trying to take down other cars, other missions you're trying to collect all these things. There's boss fights against Joker, Bane, and those sorts of things. There's Catwoman missions. And at the end of the game, you even had to use the little keypad to type in a code to actually beat the game. So it was a fun arcade racer. It stood out because it looked like the Batmobile, and you wanted to go sit in the Batmobile and play it. So nothing super great in terms of like a franchise or a series. It's just kind of a one-off. But of course, we can play it on our home arcades under the Racing Games wheels. And I thought it's a fun one if you ever see it at Dave and Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese or someplace like that. Give it a roar, or give it a whirl.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I beg to differ. I think that it's slept on a lot because
Mhm.
I think it ticks a little bit of a different category, because a racing game that actually has boss battles in it is pretty dang rare, actually.
Mhm.
So, but it's the challenge that it struggles with is it's created to be an arcade game. Arcades
Right.
are created to suck money out of your pockets.
Sure.
That's just
Yeah.
So when you're at home trying to play it, it doesn't feel the same. but
Right.
but it is an experience cabinet. But it's a great game. It really is, especially if you can play it out in the arcade. It
Yes.
feels different. Feels different.
Yeah. Yeah, like we talked about in some of the previous episodes of Retro Law, like Dark Escape and those, like they're fun to play at home, but nothing beats playing it in the actual cabinet that it was designed for, with the surround sound experience, the rumble, you know, the everything like that, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good choice. All right,
All right, Wolf.
Yep, your last one, buddy.
What?
Let me think.
Okay, I'll go. I know everybody would lose their crap if I didn't bring up this game, at least for one of mine.
Yes.
And this is my favorite racing franchise and game of all time. Anybody can get into it. You can be an amputee and still be able to play this game because it's a boat game and it has a boat throttle. And I'm gonna say it's Hydro Thunder. Now, this is not my favorite version of the game, but this is the one I could show you. I can't physically grab one of my 3 actual Hydro Thunder arcade machines and show it and like hold it up there. I mean, I guess I could flip the camera around, but Hydro Thunder. Hydro Thunder is so fun and easy to get into. The boat designs are fantastic. There's hidden boats. The track design is just amazing. So many hidden secrets. The graphics are fantastic. The fact that it's an experience cabinet where you're sitting down into it. There's a big speaker in the back of the seat that actually the seat is hollow and there are holes in the top. So actually you get the sound from the rumble feature
in your ears.
Coming out through, and the bass coming through the seat into you. It's a very unique design cabinet, and how they design the seats. It's amazing. I mean, anybody that's been in the arcades in the early, mid to late 90s. Actually, it was late 90s, I think, is when they came out, 99 or something like that.
97, 99,
Yep. Anybody that was in the arcades around that time played this game. You still find it out in arcades now. Why is that? Because it's freaking awesome still to this day.
Yep.
Everyone will play it. We were at the Pinball Hall of Fame 3 years ago, and they had 4 set up there. One was broke, but they had 3, so we were able to race 3 wide again on it, and all of us had a freaking great time. So it's just wonderful game. I just wanted to bring it up. That's my last one, but that's all I got.
Dude, Hydro Thunder is fantastic.
Yo, what a jam.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. My second favorite racing franchise behind the Cruising series, whether it's at home or not, and even now the unofficial son of Hydro Thunder, H2O Overdrive and stuff, same kind of gameplay with it, boat designs, even secret boats like Tiny Tanic or Armed Response. That was my personal favorite. Just so much fun, whether it was the PC version, like you held up the Dreamcast version. Fantastic one. Hydro Thunder, absolutely play it. If you have not, you will not be disappointed. That's the best water-based racing game, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Well, in Dantron, we talked about the arcades, especially in the 90s, they typically didn't have a lot of courses. You usually had an easy, a medium, and a hard, and you usually had a beginner, and intermediate, and advanced for different vehicles. Right. That game had a ton of different tracks and a ton of different boats, so it added replayability. So therefore, that's why it could stay in the arcade longer as well. Of course, it's fun, but there's more stuff to do. So you want to say, oh, well, I only have $5. I only got this far. Next time, I'm going to get farther and try some of those courses that I never got a chance to play last time.
Yeah, because there's 2 unlockable courses, and you can set it in the background to how it takes to unlock those courses to be able to play them. So there's ways that they would incentivize people to keep playing it to unlock these other courses to play them. And there's actually one hidden course on it too, if they had the upgrade, because there was Hydro Thunder, and then there was the Hydro Thunder. I guess you can call it Hydro Thunder Plus, which was an update, which was done on floppy disks. I'm dead serious. There's A drives in there, and I have an upgrade kit, and it's a disc that you'd put in there, and it would update the hard drives and it would give you a couple of extra things. And so, it's such a fun game. Gosh dang it, just talking about it.
Yeah, I
So
think
good.
it had 9 courses because it had like you said, the easy, medium, and difficulty. But there was 3 tracks within each skill level or whichever,
Yep,
and then plus the hidden one, the 2 extras. So you're looking at like 12, and
11.
there's
I think it's 11.
what
I think it's 11.
11,
Yeah.
and then I mean, yeah,
Okay,
you're
let's
talking
see.
about
9,
boat
10, 11,
sizes. You
12.
had
There's 12.
there, so yeah, so and then I think you're running with around 10 to 12 boats. I think 14 if you do the secret ones or whatever. So it's just so much good. And then H2 Overdrive, you can upgrade your boats and everything to make them better. So it's just a great franchise.
Great
Awesome
franchise.
stuff.
Yep,
Yeah,
and the secrets, just like Mortal Kombat 2, right?
Yeah.
You kept coming back. Oh, how this character or how this person get this? You know,
Yeah.
in Hydro Thunder, there was secret stuff too to find.
Yep.
Yep. And then in the hidden special spots to get those full boost and everything, so you could just fly across the line and everything. Good stuff.
Yeah, I used to just annoy people because I'd always pick like Chum Dinger, so that the
boat,
dog
yeah.
is just barking the whole time.
Yeah.
So you're just driving around and like everybody's getting angry at you because all they hear is a dog barking the whole time.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't mind.
The arm response was the guy with the turret in the back shooting
Yep.
at you
Shooting.
and everything.
All right, Wolfman, finish us up, buddy.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick the Outrun series,
Oh, good
and
job.
we could go all the way back to like,
Yes.
geez, was it like Sega Master System? I think there was an Outrun,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then my favorite in the series is Outrun 2006,
Is that the
and
one that
thanks
we're
to
playing?
Dantron.
Is that the one we're playing? The
Is that the 360? Didn't it? Wasn't it 360 or?
No, it's not the SPDX one.
No,
Right?
Maybe it
okay.
is. Maybe it is the 360. I can't remember if it's regular X. Yeah, I think it's 360.
Coast to Coast
Okay.
or something like that.
No, 2006 it's
Okay.
called, and it's, to me, it's my favorite. It's just, I love the music in that and the
Yep.
tracks, and I think if you get it for, actually I think it is for the regular Xbox, not 360.
Okay.
It's like a $250 or $300 game.
Yeah.
Outrun 2006.
That's one of the more
Holy
expensive
shit,
OG
really?
Xbox games.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep, and it's so much fun. So if you've never played it, you know, but everybody here has a way to play that.
Mhm.
I definitely suggest you try that for the OG Xbox.
Yeah, go for it.
Wolf, in
Go for it.
that version, could you also play the first course from the first game?
I don't
Because there's a version that
remember.
I played. It might be the PC version, but
Yeah.
you can actually switch to the first course as well. So it adds a little bit more replayability.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
not
the
the
Outrun, though,
Xbox
is awesome. I love it because they have the different courses. So if you feel like you're behind time, okay, maybe I'll take an easier course. Ooh, I'm making good time. I'm going to go on the harder course. And you know, you could, what do they call it when you stay behind somebody and you get the boost?
Drafting.
Yeah. That was a neat feature in those games as well. Really fun.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another wheel that you guys can go and hang out in for a little bit. Is OG Xbox? That's another slept-on system for sure,
Oh.
dude.
OG
Oh, yeah.
Xbox was.
I never played an Xbox game until Dantron
Oh my gosh!
told me to get. I have a modded
Yeah,
version, so I was plugged into my living room TV, and I just
play whatever, dude. It's
Dude,
so
the
play
OG,
whenever.
the OG Xbox OS was freaking great. I loved that.
Yeah, it was a freaking Windows basically.
Yeah, like scrolling through the different like slides or whatever,
Yeah.
it just looked cool. It was so dope.
Ah, so good. All right, well that's enough. I think for us this time, we'll fire up another like supplemental. I think we might get a couple other people on. I'm sure they have racing games. I'm looking at a ton of other racing games that I could have brought up.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure all of
Oh,
them-
we have
I got
tons
at least
more.
3 I could talk about. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Tons more.
it's a big genre. It's
There-
been around for a
there's
while.
a
Yeah.
It's
lot-
got some good ones.
There's a lot going on, but I'm so excited that you guys decided to hang out with me again. I know it's been a hot second. I'm going to try and put out more of these Law episodes in a more timely manner now that the holiday season's over and all that kind of good stuff. So if you guys are wanting to come back and hang out with me, great. I want to thank everybody. Wales, thank you so much for coming and hanging out as always, my friend.
Appreciate the invite. I'll never turn you guys down. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Absolutely. Problem solved with Eric. You guys make sure you check out his YouTube channel. He has some freaking awesome
Right.
stuff. Coin Drop Customs. You got
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
have at it. He will fix you up. Eric, thanks for being here, man.
For sure.
Absolutely.
End Game Arcade. Popping in all with like just coming in all late, just like, hey, I'm here now. What's going on? Yeah, but you're
Hey, sorry for being late.
No,
Appreciate the invite and glad it worked out.
Yeah, no, you're special. We wanted to have you here, so thanks for coming through.
Hey, this gives me a reason to check out the live premiere to see what I missed.
Oh man, yeah, we gave you a little heads up, but yeah, there was a couple conversations, and then I can't say enough, Wolfman. Thanks, dude, for always just wanting to do these with me. Just always being there. You're a great dude, wealth of knowledge, and I've said it before. I wouldn't be doing these if you didn't want to do them with me. So,
jeez, man, is my head going to get out of the door frame?
Yeah.
God,
it just depends.
all those nice compliments. I don't know what to do. Thanks a lot.
Which one?
I really enjoy hanging out with my buds and just talking games. I mean, I can't think of anything better. I can think of one thing, but pretty much this
Don't
is
do
right
that
at
with
the
us.
top.
Yeah. Finger blasting.
But thank you so much.
Moist. Very moist.
All right, well, if that's it, until next time, my friends.
Yes. Peace.
Later.
Yeah.